Welcome to the Eastleigh Town Council Asset Management and Open Space Committee meeting on the 2nd of December. My name is Councillor Richardson, I'm the Chair of Eastleigh Town Council. Before we begin, I'd just like to remind everyone that this meeting is being recorded in accordance with the Council's recording of meetings policy. The recording of the meeting will be uploaded to the Council's website in due course. If any member of the public does not wish to be filmed, please let us know and we'll direct you to an area not covered by the camera. Presenters and public speakers will be recorded, but those preferring not to be recorded can submit written representations to the clerk. We allocate 20 minutes at the start for public participation with up to 5 minutes per speaker. Items not on the agenda cannot be debated today, but the Chair or clerk may provide a brief response, follow up in writing or discuss at a later date. Respectful conduct is expected at all times. Disruptive behaviour will not be tolerated and the Chair may intervene or ask individuals to leave the meeting to maintain order. Councillors, by attending this meeting tonight, you've decided that you abide by Section 25 of the Localism Act 2011 and are attending this meeting with open minds to hear and participate in debate the motions brought. You agree to cast your votes in a reasoned and considered manner. Should any councillor therefore believe they are unable to do so or would wish to ensure transparency of commitments to other bodies, I'd recommend they declare them uninvited to do so. Okay, item 1 on the agenda that I've now lost. There. Apologies for absence. To receive and approve apologies for absence.
We have received apologies from Councillor Spencer due to work commitments and Councillor Bicknell also due to work commitments.
Okay, thank you. Are we happy to approve those apologies? Proposal there, Councillor Clifton, a seconder. Councillor Marks, all those in favour of approving? That's everybody, thank you. Register of interest and dispensation. To receive any declarations of interest or dispensation regarding any items on the agenda. Does anyone have any? Nope, we'll move on. Next item, minutes of the last meeting. To approve the minutes of the meeting held on 15th of October 2025. Those were sent around with the meeting papers. Thank you to whoever wrote them. The Deputy Clerk, thank you. Any questions, comments, or are we happy to approve those? My only one was Councillor Bicknell appears to be missing from the attendance list. I can't remember whether he was there or not, but it's not like him to not send apologies, so we might need to just double check that one. I think he was there for that one. Other than that, I've got nothing. So is there a proposal for those? Councillor Clifton, seconder. Councillor Shepherd, all those in favour of approving? So everybody, thank you. To receive an update on any actions as recorded in the minutes and not included in this agenda. They are listed here. Actually, these are the only ones on the agenda. Yeah, I'll run through them quickly. So, officers to post information about community stalls on the council's social media channels. That was for the Christmas event. So that was posted on the social media channels. Next one was the deputy clerk and allotment officer to provide further information regarding the removal of electricity, including how mitigation measures will be put in place to ensure health and safety. So the deputy clerk has provided further information to those who made representations regarding the removal of electricity and confirm that mitigation measures will be put in place to ensure health and safety. And then the allotment officer to ensure site representatives are informed of asset committee dates when decisions affecting the allotments are to be made. And the allotment officer will notify site representatives of the asset committee dates when decisions affecting the allotments are scheduled to be made. Are there any more, Deputy Clerk?
Can I just add to the section of the allotments that actions have been made towards the energy mitigations and dealing with providing further information. However, since our last meeting, the allotment officer has been absent. So when there is more information that we can share, we will bring that to the committee.
Thank you. Was that it in terms of actions? Yeah, okay, we'll move on. Excuse me. The next item is public participation. The meeting will be adjourned for a maximum of 20 minutes, 5 minutes per speaker to allow members of the public to make representations on any matter, answer questions and give evidence in respect of the business on the agenda. Did you want to say anything or are you just here to watch?
Just here to observe.
Thank you, and thank you for coming. We don't often get people, it's nice to have people here. Are there any councillor questions in this point on the agenda before I move on? No? Okay. Next item, cable works to receive a verbal update on the community hall ground floor. Was this the Deputy Clerk?
It is indeed. So since we've last spoken about the cable works, we still have our regular hirers in, so they are still continuing.
They're downstairs now.
They are. We do have a hirer down there right now. We are currently dealing with an inquiry for a preschool to hire the community hall from 8:30 till 4:30, Monday to Friday, 39 weeks a year. So it's a very exciting prospect, and that's going off the back of our leaflet drops. So once that has been finalised, we will present you.
And that's looking positive that that will be
Yes, and
excellent.
they will begin from the 1st of April 2025, that is the plan.
So
Councillor
when
Rhodes?
will it be finalised?
It is finalised so much as they have to do the Ofsted report. So once that is done, she will then notify the children's parents.
So it's a decision in principle, as in they've said yes to hiring the hall, but if Ofsted say no, then it can't go ahead. We're very positive because obviously the hall had a preschool in it when it was first built, but Ofsted.
Councillor Shepherd?
It's fantastic news. Just out of using it as dual sort of reputation as in the hall, can we still use it in the evening? Just like obviously got to dim down, etc.
Yep, so what they're looking for is 8:30 in the morning to 4:30.
Yeah, I think it's a pack away one, so everything
Yeah.
goes away in the cupboards, and then the hall is to be used in the evenings as people need to use it. So
The
we're getting dual
idea
use
is
out.
that the current hires that we have that are in the evenings would continue.
So it's very positive,
Yeah, it's very positive.
especially as it just came through the leaflet drop as well, which is excellent. Were there any other questions, Councillor Clifton?
Yeah, I can't see anything else on the agenda of that, so just wondering how the warm up event went on Monday.
It went well. It was our first event, so we had 3 attendees. They were very positive. They really enjoyed the ukulele jam, as did the officers. The good companions came and they provided the soup and food. It was lovely. The 3 that attended are due to come back for the next event, and they have a wide community of people that they know, and they are going to spread the word far and wide. We had made contact with quite a lot of community groups already, but we've done some further digging, and it might be that we model some different things on our events. So we're growing and moving as we can with it. But yeah, it was a good event. Unfortunately, there wasn't as many attendees as we would have liked, but it was our first
torrential
one.
weather.
And
as
the
well.
weather
It
was.
wasn't that cold. It might be worth, if you haven't already, and I'm sure you probably have, but Citizens Advice might be able to push that out.
I'm sure Daryl has
It's already
spoken.
with
Yeah.
I thought it would have done.
It's with everybody.
That's fine. Any other comments on cable works or questions? No? Okay, lovely. It's great news, thank you. Where are we? Events is the next one. To receive a verbal update on the Christmas event which took place on the 15th of November 2025. Who's taking that one? The Deputy
That will
Clerk
be
again?
me. So, obviously some of you guys were in attendance and you were also helping as councillors. Overall, the Christmas event went extremely well and was well received by all the residents. There were over 29,000 people recorded on the footfall monitors that day, which is 29,000, which is one of the strongest attendances in many years. We had movement throughout the area, was steady throughout the day. We have identified some bottleneck areas, which we will set to improve on and make different changes throughout next year and following years. Trading went very successful. All the food vendors sold out, all the stalls said it was a great day, and the fair also reported it was a good day. The road closures that were put in to keep the pedestrians safe, they were successful and everyone was happy with that. There were no issues, and there were no major incidents reported. There was one code addom in the day, which is a lost child, and we had a procedure called code addom in place. So that did happen. However, it was completely resolved and successfully dealt with within 5 minutes. So it was a good all-round incident report for the day.
I was there just after that happened, and the feedback from the parent was they were very impressed with the way that the code addom was dealt with, and yeah, they were super impressed, so that's positive.
We had 24 volunteers in total, so we had the Rotary Lions, we had ETC counsellors, volunteer students from Winchester University, we had photographer students from Barton Peveril, and we had a videographer. And overall, there was a great community feel to the event, and it was greatly received by the residents. So we're looking forward to taking what we've learned and the lessons that we've learned from this year, and making it an even better and stronger event next year.
The fireworks were fab, especially from the exclusion zone where I was stood getting rained on. But they were really good, and yeah, it was a very good event. Are there any questions on that or comments on the event that anyone wants to make? No? Okay. The next item, I'm afraid, is the confidential session to receive to include members of the public and press in accordance with the public body's permissions to meet Act 1960 prior to consideration of the following item by the reasons of the confidential nature of the business to be transacted. Do we have anywhere we can... You're very welcome to come back after the confidential session. I'd like to stop the recording for us.
Have you resolved to move into a
Oh,
confidential
sorry, can we
session?
resolve to do that? Is everyone happy with that? Yes, thank you. Yes, we are. Okay, that's a confidential session ended, and the press and public are invited back into the meeting. Next item, Community Asset Programme to receive and approve the officer recommendation to rescind the request in principle for HP 224028 and HP 80682. So these are lakeside, are they all the lakeside ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any comment or question on any of that? You look like you're itching to ask something.
I was just going to ask, can we make it, are we allowed to make clear the reason for why?
Are we allowed to mention the reason?
Yes.
So, and the reason was, it's a borough-wide
Expense.
charged currently, and it's very complicated to unpick, basically, is the reason why EBC have said they are not willing at this moment to transfer the title.
I just wanted it clear that
No, that's fine.
EBC
Yes,
are
EBC.
not willing.
I would have loved to have had it personally. Well, is there a proposer to accept that recommendation? Councillor Clifton, seconder of that proposal. Councillor Marks, all those in favour? Thank you. Next item, to receive information and approve that the committee authorises the clerk to negotiate a mitigation payment with EBC in relation to HP 645232. So this is the Energy Youth Centre, and the requested payment that would come across with the building to mitigate some of the expenses relating to particularly the health and safety items, weren't they, on the
Fire risk,
fire
yeah.
risk assessment. Is there any comment or question? Councillor
And
Marks.
just basically could the clerk round it up, so up to 40,000 please instead of 39,300.
Is it worth us, so that the clerk doesn't have to come back to, is it easier if we give you a range to aim for, or, you know, because if we approve 40 now and they say, well, you're not getting 40, you're having 39, would we then need to come back to get that approved?
So with Cable Works, I was given a range.
You were given a range, weren't you?
I would not wish to ask for less than 35. I think that would compromise the work that was done in there. I believe that 35 would also be very challenging, therefore I would prefer to actually ask for the amount that was as detailed, or rounded up to 40,000.
Should we give you a range as well then? Just
Yes,
to allow
please.
for that? Should we say 35 to 40? Is everybody happy with that range? We would like 40, but we would be prepared to go down as low as 35.
Well, yes.
Yes. I'll make that as a proposal then. Is there a seconder for that proposal? Councillor Marks, all those in favour? That's everybody, thank you. And the next one is the budget 26-27. To receive and approve the proposed asset budget for 26-27 for submission to the Policy and Finance Committee on the 10th of December 2025. We've seen that in the confidential section. Which parts of it are in the public? Is any of it in there? Is it just the, what are we allowed to discuss now? What's in the papers? Have we got, the budget's in there, isn't it? Yeah.
The budget is in there, yes,
Okay.
and it will come across as line items into the budget that's reviewed by the Policy and Finance Committee. But unfortunately, the asset budget includes details that are not able to share
No,
in.
that's fine. Are there any comments or questions? proposed asset budget as presented by the officers for submission to the Policy and Finance Committee. I'll make that as a proposal, and I'll also add on a thanks, again in public domain, for the hard work that you've done in that. It's much appreciated. Is there a seconder for that proposal? Councillor Shepherd, any question or comment before we vote on that? Okay, all those in... Oh, Councillor Campbell, did you want to say something?
I guess I would just have to say that I feel uncomfortable with the, I would like to agree with your point you just made about the amount of work the officers have done, and I'm really grateful for that. I guess I just feel uncomfortable as a representative of the community that so much of this we're just, you know, the nature of it obviously, but we're presented with a huge amount of information in a short sort of space of time. We obviously haven't had the benefit of attending all the meetings and what have you. So
It's only a recommendation at this stage, and it does still have to go to full council, so there will be plenty of opportunity to examine it in minute detail before that meeting. This is only a proposed budget from this committee.
yeah, I just feel I can't sort of not say anything.
No, that's fine.
So I just feel very uncomfortable about it all. It seems to be a huge amount, and a huge amount that we're sort of taking on, and I just don't have a sense of how we're actually going to do it. So yeah, I just feel a lot of unease about it, so I just have to express that.
That's fine, thank you. Any other comment, Councillor Clifton?
It's kind of in response to that, I certainly feel comfortable with this because I know the amount of due diligence and work that's gone into it by the officers, and I know that they wouldn't present a budget to us which they wouldn't have confidence in being able to deliver as the officers of the council. So there has to be an element of faith in that. We are doing this in challenging circumstances because there's a lot of missing information which is beyond the council's ability, ability to try and close those gaps. But I think the officers have done an exceptional job of trying to address that gap as far as possible. And like I say, I've got faith in their ability and their commitment to making sure that if they put this forward, it's something that they can deliver. My only other point on that, I guess, would be what more would you need to see to feel comfortable, bearing in mind that we can't sit through all of those meetings that the officers sit through? What more information would you need to have from the officers to give you that reassurance?
Well, I guess, you know, and I fully, you know, I have great confidence in our officers that we have now, absolutely. But as somebody who's, you know, has 2 law degrees, evidence is really important to me, and, you know, that, yes, taking things on faith, but I've got 10 years of experience of taking things that people tell me as, you know, and I've perhaps just learned to maybe, yeah, I don't feel I would be doing my role as a councillor if I didn't say, actually, I think we're in a very tricky position because the other parish councils obviously have a lot of community assets already. But I'm not sure why we're taking as many as we are. I'm not sure that I have heard of good discussion of that. I just feel this is all too much, too rushed. So it is a good question, what else would I need to feel confident? But the bottom line is that I don't at the minute, and I can't say to you, give me that document and that will do it.
Yeah.
But I also think it would be wrong of me to not say anything, then it go to the full council meeting, and then I stick my hand up and say, well, I'm not happy with this, and why don't we know this, and what about this and that, and then you say to me, well, you're in assets, why didn't you sort of say
Fair
something?
enough,
So,
absolutely.
I completely appreciate that. I just thought it was worth asking if there is anything in particular that you think would help to build that reassurance. Then, you know, I'm not saying you should ask for it right now because you may not know what it is, but maybe
Yeah.
think on it and let the officers know.
Okay. Any other comment before we vote on the proposal? No? Okay, so there was a proposal that was seconded by Councillor Shepherd. So all those in favour of the proposal to recommend this budget? Against? Abstaining? Thank you, that carries. Next item. Oh, we finished date of the next meeting. To agree the date of the next meeting is scheduled for the 21st of January 2026. Cool. That's the meeting closed then at 8:25. Thank you. We've gone quicker than I was expecting.